Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Real Talk here on TV 35. I'm your host, Pat Brock, and we're here in the beautiful home of her mama, Miss Nadine Hunt. We've got the very talented Miss Shenita Hunt with us. So good to see you.
So good to see you, Pat, as always, and it's always great to be home.
And of course, we are home, literally for
I am
you.
literally home. That's right.
You know, we wanted to make sure that we caught up with Shenita and just kind of talked about some of the things that she's been doing since we last spoken with her, and her desire to continue to come back and to give back here in the Dublin Lawrence County community. And of course, we're going to talk about why we're here, back to her roots.
Absolutely.
Share with us what's been going on with you, because we haven't gotten to talk lately, and of course, you've been coming back doing some wonderful things in the community. Talk with us.
I have actually added to my production skills, and I have started a new album. Now, when we were here before, we were talking about the Color My World album.
Yes.
Okay, and that is actually a live product. That's a live project that I have to release, and it's actually in the mastering process at this moment. So that will be a 2-disc CD product that they'll be able to buy here, right here in Dublin, Georgia, at Miller's Soul Food. You can contact Miller's Soul Food in order to get your copy. Go by there any days that they're open. And they can also get it on live iTunes, Apple Music, CD Baby, and Amazon.com.
Very nice. And tell us about your website. You got your website and everything up and running.
Absolutely. It's www.rollsvoiceentertainment.com. You can find me on Facebook at Rolls Voice Entertainment. You can find me on Instagram at Rolls Voice Entertainment, on Twitter at Rolls Voice Entertainment.
Very nice. You've got everything out there. And, you know, when we talked last, you know, of course, we talked about how you first got your start and your roots and the significance of us being in your home.
Yes.
You know,
This is very personal, Pat, because
It
people
is
don't
very-
get a chance to come into my home. So
I know, and it's so beautiful. It's so
Thank you.
beautiful. It has such a great atmosphere.
Thank you.
And the fact that we're here filming, and this is where you were born, you were raised. This is where those talents of yours began to matriculate.
Exactly. Absolutely. Being in this home was a place where I had to practice music every day. Since the age of 4, I was made to take piano lessons. So this home was basically where I had to practice in order to prepare myself for church performances, for recitals, for piano lessons that I took every week.
Right.
And I had a custom piano made for me at the age of 6. So from age 4 up until age 6, I was actually practicing at the piano teacher's house or wherever I took lessons. And then by age 6, I had my own piano here.
You know, there's so many things about you that are so fortunate, and there's so many things that, you know, when you think about the kids that you teach down in Florida, and you think about the kids you see now and how the arts sometimes are taken out of the school, and you've been afforded such an opportunity at such a young age. Do you often see yourself in the kids that you teach, that you train, and then for the ones who don't have the privileges that you know you grew up with?
Well, you know, because I know piano lessons are hard to come by when it comes to parents affording them, and finding the teachers who really want to spend time teaching that many students is very hard to find. When I first started in Miami, I have been doing it ever since I've been teaching. I would always teach piano for free.
Oh, wow.
I would teach piano for free. Those kids who came to my school who wanted to take piano lessons, I took the time to spend the hours after school. I made a schedule with them to give them piano lessons for free. Even in my school now, there's a piano lab. That's a class. The kids are taking piano lessons really for free just by taking the class.
That's wonderful.
All the other people who would come to me and ask me for lessons outside of my school time, I would travel to their homes and they would have to pay for me to come and travel. But any student who was in my classroom who wanted to take piano, the parents would wait for them like they would in the car while they're rehearsing for chorus. They would wait for them just as if they were taking a lesson, and they would get piano lessons for free. I didn't charge a dime.
Gosh. You know, that's a gift. You're a gift. What do you think it does to these young people to be able to do something that they love and not necessarily having the financial means to do so, but to see the spirit that you carry with yourself in offering that to them? What do you think it really does to them?
I think
And
it
think
gives
about the
them-
long run of that.
It gives them permission to be themselves and to be the artist that they were born to be. I think it gives them permission to go ahead and explore that area and see whether or not that's something they really want to do. Sometimes you have an interest in something, you're not sure if that's what you really want to do, but once you kind of get involved in it and you see what it's all about, you can decide whether whether I'm going full force into
Right.
this thing, or whether, okay, I really don't want to work that hard at it. I kind of admire it now, but I know what it's about.
Yeah.
I'll let everybody else do it because I'm not really interested now. But some of the people have really decided that this is what they wanted to do. And I'm so glad I was a part of them
know.
starting that.
You're
for
making
themselves.
history, and you're becoming the foundation when you talk about the musicians, the teachers that influence you growing up and who've impacted your lives. Some are gone now, but
Absolutely.
now you're in that position and you're impacting those kids' lives the
I
same.
am. Those students are
Yeah.
now adults and they have their own careers. And let me tell you, everything comes back full circle. You watch them grow up and they get out of high school and they leave me. And, I always long for having them back or having them come back.
Right.
And now they are taking over the behind the scenes of my career.
Look at that.
They are into graphics and design. They're choreographers. They're making films.
Right.
Some of them are involved in production and engineering and recording. And some of musicians and piano players. They are actually out there performing.
Wow.
They are in movies. They are on TV. They're winning awards and being nominated for awards.
Yeah.
And so they are back to help me
Look at
now
that.
push my career to the next level.
Look at the seeds that you're planting. And the fruit that's being produced from that in every area, not just with singing, because you're talking about all the behind the scenes stuff as well.
Absolutely.
And they had to be able to be free, like you say, to find out what their passion is.
Absolutely.
And to be free to be themselves.
Absolutely.
How old were you when you got to that point in your life? You were that little 6-year-old girl
Right.
on your custom made piano. At what point did you feel this is what I want to do?
When I was 8th grade and it was time for me to go to high school, people don't know that here, 8th grade was high school for us
Right.
growing up. And I knew I needed to take the high school classes real seriously. I knew I needed to decide, okay, what I want to do. So I got into the chorus program in high school and I said, I need to build my skills so I can get further than high school
Right.
with this singing. And so that's what I did. I took it real seriously. I was in everything that Dr. Archie McAfee offered. And I stayed involved to the point where I could get more skills at singing because I was really a piano player first.
Really? That's your first love.
Because at age 4, I was playing piano. I was singing, but I wasn't really trained in singing until I got into high school. Middle school, we did a little singing as well.
Right.
But by high school, I was really taught how to use my voice, go to competitions with my voice, and do a lot of things that kept me involved at another level, not just a regular classroom.
Right.
So I think by high school, I started
Yeah.
to decide that I was going to be serious.
And here you are, fast forward how many years later,
Yeah,
and you're still going,
still
like the Energizer Bunny.
absolutely.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people quit. A lot of
Yes.
people don't have the stamina, the will, the fortitude to continue
Exactly.
because the entertainment world is not an easy world to be a part of.
It's really
There's
not.
so many different other influences that could actually be negative influences. Being told no, not everybody's used to being told no.
Right, that's
You
right.
got to get a lot of no's before you're getting these yeses, and so you've tread through those waters.
Yes, I have.
And so, what has been your foundation? What has kept you going on this road, and sometimes a lonely road?
I think what has kept me going is that God is always sending me signs of creative
Yeah.
compositions. And you have to know that if you're getting signs like that, then this is a God thing.
Yeah.
And it's not only that, it's very, very exciting to be able to take some idea that God has given you and expand it into a full song.
That's right.
So, you're always at work building from those ideas. And I'm never at a point where I won't be busy because I'm always getting those ideas all the time.
Yeah.
So I think that really gives you the I guess the idea that you need to keep going,
Right.
find out what this song is trying to do and give it to the world and let the world decide how they're going to use it because it really is a ministry.
It is.
It is really a ministry.
It is. And for someone like you, if you're creative, if you're in the artistic realm of life, the wheels on your bus are constantly turning.
Absolutely. That's right.
They're
Absolutely.
constantly
And there are so
turning.
many areas about the music industry that you have to be involved in. Yes, I'm talking about creating, but you also got to get yourself ready to vocally handle a production or a concert. And you got to make sure everything behind the scenes is ready to go, contracts.
Right.
You got to make sure all the music is set and ready to go, your PA system and all the sound gear that you have to have in order for the
Right.
show to go on. You got to have a backup plan to your plan to make sure that the music never goes to the point where it's not heard, and all of that matters when it comes to being in this business.
I remember when you and I first talked, we talked about how, we're our own little one-woman show. You like, I know how to do all the things that I need to be able to do if I'm by myself,
That's
and see, because you're going to venues that may not have everything.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that happens all the time. Not only that, you go into venues that don't have the sound equipment that will give your voice the quality that you know it has. So you want to always present yourself so that people will hear you the way you want them to hear you. So you have to go with your own stuff.
Yeah. And you're such a perfectionist, and I understand. I understand the method to your madness.
Thank you.
I mean, I do, because I think of the fact that because of you're classically trained,
Right.
and you operate out of a spirit of excellence. And I think that you've always been that way, and I think you train your students that way.
I do.
I think we expect others to always be that way, but everyone's not.
Everyone's not. It's all about being an educator and giving those students the information and the steps to being ready that they don't know about. When they're sitting in a house, just being, a talented kid, no parent knows to tell them, okay, you have to do this. You can't move around. Stay still. You got to think about what you want to say. Speak with grammatical, sentences, correct English. And all of that matters when it comes to presenting yourself before you even open your mouth to sing.
That's right, because you're always on.
Absolutely.
Always on. And I think with dramatic arts, when I talk to kids, and I said, even if you're not up here talking, you're on.
Right.
You're on. And so you've got to know how to do a little bit of acting to be able to always be on.
Absolutely.
In that
That's
performance
exactly right.
mode.
Yes, it's so true, so true. You've got to always present yourself in the best of moods, even when you're not in the best of moods.
Right.
Yeah.
People think I'm happy all the time.
Well, you are. When I see you, you're happy.
I know. But the thing is, I think that because we love what we do, we love people.
Yes.
And that from the inside out, that's how
so
it comes
true.
out.
That
So it
is
comes
so
that
true.
way out
Yes.
in our performance and the
Yes.
way we treat people.
Absolutely. I love to see people just be happy about something. If I can show someone how to do something, I'm happy about doing that. If a little old lady says, oh, I need help with this, I'm ready to do that. If someone tells me they need something or I see them struggling with something, I'm ready to jump in and help to make their lives a little easier.
Very good. And of course, we know that comes from where you were raised and how you were
and
raised.
how I was
There it
raised.
is.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we're going to hear some of these new songs that Miss Shenita has right here in her old stomping grounds. Back in just a moment.
Cut lawn mowing down to size with the help of the friendly folks at Hometown Supply. Get the help you need on choosing the right mower and setting up the right payments to fit your budget. Get 12 to 24-month payment options with our in-store financing and make life a little easier. Visit the friendly folks today at Hometown Supply in downtown Dublin, right across from the skyscraper. Hometown Supply, making life a little easier.
With Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, I can get auto, home, life, even banking all in one place. Pretty convenient if you ask me.
Always the home team, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Visit us online at gfbinsurance.com.
Hi, everyone. You are now in a very, very, very up and close and personal part of my life. In my home, where I actually grew up, this piano is a piano I learned to play on at age 6. It was brought into my house, custom made, customly built as far as even the color, down to the color, for me to be able to really cultivate my skills as a singer, as a piano player, was playing for church. I found something that I actually didn't even know I wrote out, a song we sang all the time. It's bubbling in my soul at church. I actually wrote it out so that I could remember how to play it because I was asked to play so many songs and I was taught to read music first. So this is It's Bubbling, and I've been looking at this and I was amazed at how much I knew as a young kid. I'm sure by 6th grade I was already playing for more than one church. So can you imagine a 12-year-old at 6th grade playing piano already for churches? That's what I was doing. So this whole process of learning how to play the piano started to get me interested in pop songs and hearing stuff that I heard on the radio and learning how to play that. So I'd come in here and work out stuff. Even as a kid, I started working out stuff and I started learning how it would go, and if I couldn't remember it, I'd write it down, which brought me to this I would write it down so that I always know how to play it. So being in the classroom, I've learned how to make tracks for my students, songs that didn't have any type of instrumentation. Because I'm a piano player, it helped me to do that. So anything they ask me to play, I can always find it. We are recently doing a John Legend tune. So there's not a track for it, so I just start playing for them. And I start finding the kids who can sing those songs. Then I also work with them on the ad-libs part, in case they don't know how to do that. I'm their accompanist. And I actually map out all the choral parts in the background so the kids can sing background while we have a solo singer up front. So sing a little bit of it so you'll get the chance to hear exactly what I teach the kids. We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go. 'Cause we're ordinary people. Maybe we should take it slow. We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go. 'Cause we're ordinary people. Maybe we should take it slow. This time we'll take it slow. Take it slow. This time we'll take it slow. We'll take it slow. Slow. This time we'll take it slow. Take it slow. This time we'll take it slow.
This has been such a wonderful day, to have the honor to be in your family home and to kind of share about how you started, okay, and then where you are today. And we're looking at everything up here. How did you start to go into the production of things, because you transitioned from that little girl.
I did. From a piano player and a singer in church to being a full-fledged producer and engineer and songwriter. Yeah. It took time, but it started with sequencing music, just tracks, so my students could sing songs that were on the radio that didn't have instrumentation. Now you have karaoke. That wasn't the case when I was first starting out. So I happened to have a very, very generous principal who bought me a lot of things. He was a music teacher himself. He became a principal. He bought me a lot of sound gear, a lot of drum machines. And so I started learning, and all this stuff became a part of the whole process of me learning how to do my own drum tracks on my drum machine, even on the keys on a piano. Those instruments would turn into drums and horns, and so from there I started learning to build my own music and teaching the skill as well.
This is amazing. I mean, I'm telling you, you're definitely that one-woman show.
I am very blessed, Pat.
Now, did it take you a long time to learn this?
It took me time to learn to get better and better at it. I'm even getting better and better at it now. I'm adding to the technological equipment that I have. And from there, I'm also learning how to use it. Yes. So from there, the songs are getting better. You guys have no idea. The next songs that you're going to hear from me are going to be much better than Color My World.
Oh, wow. And we're all excited about it. We're excited about everything that's happening in your life. We feel like we've lived it today, just having the opportunity to sit with you. We're excited about your new album coming forth. Of course, when you're able to come and do a concert here in Dublin.
I will. The actual album that you guys are going to get next will be the live in concert album in Miami, Florida, of the full band. That's going to be presented. Please stop by Miller's Soul Food to get your copy. That's coming very, very, very soon. And then after that, I'm going to release more music that you have never heard.
Wow. Well, we have felt honored and blessed to have been able to be in the living room here of the beautiful Miss Shenita Hunt's, her family, where she grew up, the piano that was made just for you. It's been an honor, and we wish you nothing but success from here to go.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, now listen, close us out. Give us a little bit of something here
Something that I started working on this summer, brand new, no one has ever heard it. It's called You Make Me Feel So Beautiful. I don't have to tell you whenever you're around someone, man or whomever, who makes you feel beautiful from the inside out, what that feels like. I think everybody wants to know of someone who makes them feel that way.
right.
This song was written for that special person
my
who makes
Lord.
me feel beautiful.
I love that. I thought it was written from me and Martin. Love it. Love it.
It's always a song that I'm giving to everybody to use.
Well,
for
here
whatever.
we go.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a little snippet of the song that's a gift from Miss Shenita to all of us.
That's why I know that you know whenever you tell me so that you make me feel beautiful. You make me feel beautiful. Every now and then I get emotional, 'cause it's not what you told me, it's what you showed me. It's not what you buy me, it's what you provide me. That's why I know that you know whenever you tell me so.